Okay, so Steve, you didn't want to do the run up on the backhand, and I think you understand now why we needed to do that. So remember, the goal with the backhand is everything takes place on a line. Remember, the line's not pointing to the target direction the tee-pad's going. It's the direction distance leaving your hand. When you were throwing, I'm sorry, the goal, remember, with the backhand is to get to this position right here, with your arm pointing exactly the direction you're going to be throwing. The reason why you want to do this is because with correct mechanics, when you do this, that normal range of human error, release it early on time or late, you don't release, but the disc leaves your hand early on time or late, effectively goes to the exact same spot. What you were doing is you were throwing from over here, which meant that same range of human error meant you had throws going left on time or right, depending on when the disc left your hand. You opened up this whole range, this whole horizontal plane where the disc could go. We needed you on this line. Now, in order to get on that line, you have to start and stay on the line. What you were doing was you were starting here, you were coming around, and you were here. So asking you to magically just rotate and then stop right there is impossible. We want you on this line here, like this. So you can do this all day long. So what we had you do is we had you do a three-step run-up from a standstill. From three-step run-up, 90 degrees from the target, and everything was 1, 2 step throw on that line. Now we eliminated the pushing the disc forward on the first step just to take that out of the equation. So the way it looked right here was step 1, foot forward, step 2, X step, while the disc goes back, then plant, then throw. And you felt it when you had it. When you were reaching back to here, and instead of reaching back to here, the disc was popping out of your hand like it wasn't before, but it's also hitting the line you wanted. That's really all we did with your steps. You've been playing a while. You have good arm speed. We just got to get you to start and stay on that line. And the last thing we were doing is, you said sometimes you were bending over. You're going to have an easier time not bending forward. Remember, your weight should be above the hips. But when you're here, shoulders back, just think posture, right? Here. 1, 2, plant, throw. So that was super easy for you. But do that. Now, the big thing you need to do is this is what happens. Remember, everything needs to take place on this line. Your tendency was to step up here and then just step up and throw. I want you to always get onto the line, set. Now you throw. Right? If you're stepping at it from here versus here, you're adding all these variables that you have to account for that you're not going to replicate every single time. So get set, 90 degrees, toe on the line. Now, step, throw. That was it. Sidearm. We have a sidearm now that you didn't have before. So the two things. The first is, remember, don't keep your elbow close to the body. That's stupid. The people that teach it aren't stupid, but the idea that you're supposed to throw from here is nonsense. Remember, the second one is you want to be facing forward. So we did a 3-step run-up. And your 3 steps were 1, 2, 3. Remember, you're facing forward the entire time. It's awkward because when the upper half of the body rotates, it's finding resistance because the lower half of your body is facing forward. But that resistance is where the torque is going to come from. Remember, if you turn sideways, your body's just turning. You're not even used to your body and throwing all arm, you're going to hurt your arm. Or you're not going to generate the power to spin, certainly. So we want the lower part of your body facing forward. 1, 2, 3. We won't even discuss the 2 back swings because pendulum doesn't work because your arm doesn't bend that way, so just take it out of the equation. We did a windmill backswing, top of the disc facing towards you, easy to remember, it's the natural stance. Step 1, forward. Step 2, back into position. Step 3, plant. Remember, what you're doing at this point is you're throwing a ball. All right, you're not throwing a frisbee. When you were throwing a frisbee is when you were throwing like this, right? Because that's frisbee, right? That's frisbee. All the ways of throwing a frisbee are incorrect. You're throwing a ball. So, when the disc is leaving your hand, going up into the air like this, that's only thing that can cause that is you swooping like this. If you pull the disc across like this, like the ball, this nothing could ever go that direction. It's going that way. So just take it out of your mind. It's not a frisbee. You're just throwing an object, a thing in your hand. You've thrown things your whole life. Throw the thing, not the frisbee. I'm being redundant on purpose because that's it. That's everything. Now, unlike a backhand, the sidearm you have to deliberately put the spin on the disc, right? Every backhand in the world has enough spin. None of this applies to the backhand. Sidearm, it's critical that you put spin on it. The way you do that is by cocking your wrist back in this motion right there. So, on the windmill, disc firmly gripped in your hand, wrist is loose. On the second step, the weight of the disc, 1, 2, falls back into place. That's the position you want to be in. Facing forward, elbow not near the body, wrist cocked back. So in the third step, when you throw the ball, it's actually not a ball, it's a frisbee. On the last step, you have to take your wrist and you have to do this. Pop, right? You cannot put too much wrist into it. So, your arm, casual and easy. Your wrist, everything, right? Just gotta pop that wrist into it. You'll never be told by me, great sidearm, take a little bit of wrist off it and you got this, right? It's always more wrist. The two mistakes you're making on the backswing is one, you have a tendency to sometimes come here and then want to come back into a pendulum. It's not. It's one, keep that motion right here, right? It's this. This is it. It's not an exaggerated motion. It's just here, there, right, there, right? That's all. The second thing is, and this was a big one, it's going to be hard because you don't see this happening, but on your second step, it comes to here. Your tendency on occasion was to come here and then pull the disc back here behind your head. Okay? You don't see this happening, but the result of this is that you were doing this. This is going up in the air. So, when you're throwing, if the disc goes up in the air with the nose up, in other words, when you're seeing this part of the disc, not this, but when you see this, it's happening because your disc goes back here. Remember, it's not here. It's this. Other than that, just keep throwing it. So the challenge to you, since you've been throwing backhand your whole life in the sidearm for 90 minutes, is that from this point forward, if the throw goes to the right, it's a sidearm. If it goes to the left, it's a backhand. 10% of the time, it's a flex Anheuser or whatever. Those are trick shots, borderline. It's a game of Heisers. So my challenge to you from this moment forward is, when you step up to a shot, the shot goes to the right. When it's a lefty hole, throw the sidearm. Even though your backhand's better tomorrow because you've been doing it your whole life, take a step backwards and take two forward. Force yourself to throw the more difficult shot today, the sidearm, or else you're never going to develop that shot. The sidearm's going to catch up to your backhand, and pretty soon, like in a week, 2 weeks, your sidearm Heisler will be better than your backhand Anheuser. So just stick to that. That's it. Good stuff. Good job.